Hey, what's going on, guys? Will here, Flawless Crested Geckos, coming to you guys with another bonus video this week. And we're dropping them gems again. Again, we want to stay consistent and want to keep this content coming to you guys. So this is going to be inspired by actually a Patreon supporter, a good friend of ours who's pretty much been breeding for the same amount of time that we've been breeding. The topic of discussion is going to be basically your focus, planning, and execution. A lot of people in the industry, in the hobby, or even looking to get in the hobby, you're into the hobby with no real direction. There's nothing wrong with that. The more people, the better, honestly. We need more pet keepers. We need more enthusiasts. We need people that just love, crested geckos like we love it. But this is going to be a non-gecko video and more of a mindset video. Had this conversation with him for pretty much about 3 hours over the course of an entire weekend. And it was very enlightening. And I'm happy to kind of say that, they're kind of reinvigorated with the whole passion and fire, and they're back on it and executing things from my perspective on the outside in a good way. And also want to put it out there, everybody's not going to do it the way that we do it. Everyone's not going to do things the way you do things. The key to it is execution in a manner where they are successful. They've had their business for 10 years, like legitimately a business. They've had times where they've had great profits and revenue. And they've had times where they've sold things where they shouldn't have sold. They should have held back because their whole game plan was to focus on their projects, on what they can create. And they periodically let, money get in the way of them chasing their passion, and kind of took the quick money at that time, which were big dollars or whatever it may be. And when things started to fall through, you guys know the story. Hey, I created this year. Oh, this is worth X amount of dollars. Oh man, it would really be nice to get that money. Well, you know what? I really need this, but I'm gonna sell it. I'll make it again next year. But then next year comes and you don't make it. Where you planned to make it, but it just didn't happen for you. These things really happen. So again, we want to put that planning mindset out there and execution mindset. So this person actually got into an issue where they felt like they were spinning their wheels for the last 3 years, not going anywhere. So again, tapped in with us, made sure it was okay to make actual contact. And obviously we love helping anyone. We won't, we won't inject our opinion or our vision upon anyone. But if you're inquiring and needing some assistance, reach out. We love helping people. Are you guys needing some assistance with your crested gecko breeding programs? Well, check out our Patreon. We've been running it here now for pretty much close to 2 years. Everyone's been extremely excited. We keep adding new perks every time you guys turn around. We give away Xanthics, we give away high whites, we give away lily whites. We actually upgraded this year to we're giving away over 12 geckos every single year. That averages out to at least a gecko a month, and we've been doing over that. So you are not going to want to miss becoming a part of the Flawless Crested Geckos Patreon family. There's 2 tiers. There's a $50 tier and there's a $100 tier. You get all your funds back in the form of Flawless Crested Gecko savings account. You can take advantage of having 5% additional off by being a Patreon member, as well as having year-round free shipping. You guys are not going to want to miss this, so go head over to patreon.com/flawless crested gecko. People, we love kind of flipping over the coin and showing people the other side of things, and maybe the way we can deliver information or perspective can get you to hopefully hit that switch or make it click for you, for it to all make sense in your world. So let's drop some gems for you guys. You're doing this and you're on the business level, whether, even at a small business level that you want to grow, you want it to pay for itself. You should have a plan. Make sure you create a plan, no matter how simple. It doesn't have to be super complicated with multi-levels, but have a plan. For the last 10 years, this person never had a plan. They originally had a plan and it was very loosely based, but then when, hey, I want to do this, and when you don't take any active steps toward that goal, it falls by the wayside. And then year after year after year, they found themselves kind of pairing and doing breedings and kind of, you know, selling everything and, you know, giving things away and doing partnership deals. It just, nothing they did was in favor of them or their business, to the point where they lost passion every single year. And this is the first year where it's coming back full circle for them. So where does it start? You know, you start dumping money into your hobby. It's a hobby, so you're gonna spend money on it. But what I've found is a lot of people kind of go for the fad at the moment. And there's nothing wrong with that either, but have a plan. Don't go for something with all intents and purposes on furthering that project and stop and halt and put it on the shelf. And then next season you see something else that kind of, you know, got your attention and draw your attention span. So you jump on that. You do the same thing that year and put that on the shelf. By the time you get back to the other thing that you were so into, it's 4 or 5 years later. Everyone else is doing different things with that project, and you're kind of just at a point where you still like the project, but you feel like you're so far behind that you just don't have the passion to follow through. These things happen. So what I suggest for you guys in the reptile hobby is, again, we keep dropping money every single season on these animals that we love. Just don't forget your goal and your plan. So if it is to have what, again, want to keep this off of animals specifically, but if the plan is to further a project, make sure you keep revisiting that project. You evaluate that plan and say, hey, I had this plan set up this year, and when I went to execute that plan, I had a hiccup or I had an obstacle. Now, do you just abandon ship? No, you create a solution to your problem. Now, the first time you create a solution to your problem, you may not be successful. That still just means probably try again, to the point where you see that, hey, there is no solution to this problem. Maybe you have to back up and punt, or reach out to others for advice to see how to proceed forward. Doing things in this manner creates a timetable for all your goals, all your plans, and then it also makes you face the facts and deal with all pending issues upon you and your business. By making yourself accountable to yourself, you have to deal with what's in front of you. And again, a lot of the time when you're dealing with animals and dealing with what we enjoy and it's a hobby, it can be trivial. But at least you have a timeline, a plan that you're hopefully executing that keeps you focused on whatever your main goal may be. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that you won't have spots where you kind of fall on your face and you just really feel down and out. Again, that's what videos like this is for. Not always just inspirational, motivational, but a kick in the behind to say, hey, you know what? It is what it is. You messed up or you didn't do well. But guess what? You can try again tomorrow. It's not that bad. Again, like the homie David always said, it's just geckos, guys, you know? So again, a part of what we want to do is building the community and bringing the community together. We want to be a part of that glue that keeps it together. And also we want to be a resource where people can reach out to us, ask for some assistance, ask for some direction, and hopefully we can point you in the right direction. But again, it's Will dropping them gems for you guys. Flawless Crested Geckos, and we out.